And so today I'd like to talk about some linked topics, karma and choice. And what I would like to say is, as always, based on my own experience and understanding and what I have found the best way to relate to these topics. Regarding karma, the thing I've come to understand the best about karma is that one of the mistakes that I think that we make, that I know that I make, and I think that many do, is in thinking that karma is about judgment. But really, I've come to find that karma is about explanation and not judgment. The word itself means action, in the sense of action and consequence or cause and effect. And trying to understand karma so that it's helpful for us is about understanding all of the actions and causes that led to the present effects and consequences so that we can then apply judgment and say, is this present situation a good situation or a bad situation? In the sense that, is it good? Is it a situation that prevents or reduces suffering? Or is it bad? Is it a situation that causes or worsens suffering? And by understanding the causes and the actions leading to it, if it is a good situation, we can work to repeat those causes and to continue those actions so that we can, in each moment, as best as possible, try to continue to live out and create a good situation. If it's bad, if this is a situation of suffering or of worsening of suffering, then we can understand how we got here so we can stop doing those things that led to this situation, so that we can then also work our way back to a situation that is good, that is free of or reducing suffering. And so that to me is the biggest life lesson that I have gained as far as the nature of karma, is that it's about explanation and not judgment. We certainly apply judgment to it once we have an understanding of the situation, but in and of itself, it's simply trying to understand in the best way possible, how did we get where we are now? What led to this situation? And so then this goes into the second part of the topic that I wanted to talk about today, which is choice. And this is a hard lesson for us. Again, speaking from personal experience, it's a hard lesson for me to continually remind myself of, and I find that it seems to be true for others as well. Regarding choice and our situation, wherever we are, we have chosen to be. And why this can be a hard lesson is when we find ourselves in a place that we don't want to be, when we find ourselves in a place where the karma of the situation is definitely one where we're experiencing suffering. Okay? We have an expression that we use, at least in the English language. I don't know how many equivalents there are in other languages. And most of the time that we use it, we're using it slightly incorrectly. We say, I had no choice. Okay? We're generally saying that and omitting a very important word. I had no better choice. Okay? Because where we are, we've chosen to be, although very often the last choice in the chain of choices that we've made was simply to choose the lesser of two evils, that our circumstances were such that while the situation we've chosen to be in may be one of great suffering, after looking at the alternatives, it was less than the alternatives, which could have been as bad as death or some greater suffering than the one we're experiencing now. We also struggle to understand, when we're in a place that we don't think we would choose to be, that we did in fact choose to be there, because we're very often only looking at the last choice in the chain of choices we made that led to that situation. Okay? Every choice we make has the effect of increasing options of future choices or decreasing options for future choices. And when we're in a situation that we really don't want to be in, chances are what happened is up the chain, we made decisions that limited our good options, and each subsequent decision did the same to the point where we were left with a decision to choose this situation, which isn't optimal, may just plain suck, but that it was still the best option left available. Okay? We have control over some of our circumstances or the ability to influence some of our circumstances, and a great many circumstances that we can't influence. But we have the ability to choose in every circumstance how we respond to a situation and what we do next. We often think that other people make those choices for us. They can't, but they can change our external circumstances to the point where we're likely to make the choice they want us to. And then we feel like they forced us to because they set the circumstances, but we still make the choice. And so this was the gist of what I wanted to talk about today, was understanding our present situation as best we can, understanding the karma of how we got where we are. And this is the effect and a goal of our practice of waking up. We're trying to wake up to see what is this current situation we're in, and is it a situation of good, of peace and non-suffering, or is it a situation of bad, of suffering? And then making the best choice we can in that moment to either repeat or continue the situation if it's good, or to stop and change the situation if it's bad. And to make the best choice in such a way that our future choices are more likely to be beneficial than limited to less beneficial outcomes. And the more we can do this, moment by moment, the better we find our lives go and the lives of the people around us, because we are creating causes and conditions that lead to situations that we would then judge as good or better. And so the more awake we are in each moment, the more often we're awake moment to moment, the better we can see the karma that led to our present situation, and the better we can make a more effective choice about each next moment that comes. And so that was all I really wanted to say today. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you for this time.